Alright team, today we're doing the definitive top 5 Edifier speakers for 2025. Real world tests, side-by-side comparisons, and which one you should actually buy. Now, if you watch my Edifier MR5 reviews, S1000W review, QR30 demo, D32 retro test, or the compact M60, you know I don't just read spec sheets in a studio and call it a day. I set them up at my desk, my TV console, in the kitchen, and even outside. And I push them. The goal here is simple, to find the best Edifier speaker for creators, gamers, movie lovers, and anyone who wants premium sound without paying silly money. Stick around guys to the end for my verdict and the which one is best for you breakdown. And yes, links in the description below and the full Edifier playlist are in the description. Okay, let's jump into it. Let's start with the heavy lifting and the newest studio monitor in the lineup, the Edifier MR5. If you've been comparing Edifier MR5 versus MR3 versus MR4, here is the real world take. The MR5 is a proper studio monitor with tri-amp design, dedicated amps for highs, mids and bass, and that translate to cleaner, louder and more controlled sound. So as you guys found, I set them up in my Gold Coast home office at ear height and swapped them between my desk and the TV. Connectivity is creator friendly. Balanced XLR TRS for interface and mixers, RCA AUX for consoles or turntables, and a super handy front headphone jack, and Bluetooth with LDAC for high-res wireless when I'm not tethered. Tuning on the rear, plus high-lows on the front, let me compensate for room placement, and the Edifier Connect app dials in precise EQ when I'm mixing or just vibing. In use, the MR5 gives you that flat, accurate studio response. Vocals sit correctly, bass is tight but not boomy, and transients stay clean when you crank it up. Compared to the MR3 and MR4, the MR5 has fuller low-end authority and a clearer mid-range. Guys, exactly what you want when you're editing, producing, or doing YouTube voice mixes like I do. If your keyword is best Edifier Studio Monitors 2025, guys, this is it. Now, if you want best Edifier speakers for living room with Wi-Fi and streaming baked in, the Edifier S1000W is a set I keep recommending. These look gorgeous, with the wood side panels and angled baffle, but the real win is versatility. So I ran them over Wi-Fi with AirPlay 2 and Spotify Connect, switched over to optical for TV, then Bluetooth 5.0 for casual use. Inside, aluminium based drivers and titanium dome tweeters punch well above the price. And the Texas Instruments DSP keep things composed when you push the volume. Movie night, dialogue stays crystal, even during big action scenes. Music, Stairway to Heaven with my dad gave us both goosebumps. It was absolutely fantastic. The imaging, instrument separation, the lot. For a best wireless bookshelf speaker for 2025, search S1000W. It's a value benchmark. Big room sound, no IVR needed, and a remote when your couch locked. The next one I really like is the Edifier QR30. Now this is my best RGB desktop speaker 2025 pick, because it looks like art on your desk, but still sounds like a ground-up speaker. Compact cabinet, 2.75 inch long throw drivers, silk dome tweeters, and Bluetooth 5.4 multipoint that actually works. I was jumping between MacBook and TV without repairing, and guys, the bass actually surprised me. For this size, it's actually quite tight and musical rather than bloated. Modes for music, movie, and game map to how you actually use them, and if you don't love presets, the Edifier app and Temper Hub and PC let your EQ to taste. The side dials are a clutch, quick source switch, volume and lighting control without hunting for a tiny remote. So guys, if you're looking for the best desktop speakers RGB, the Edifier QR30 is perfect. Now, if you like retro like I do, we've got the D32 as you can see just here. Now, doesn't that look really cool? It looks like a vintage radio, it sounds like a modern system. Handmade wooden cabinet, braided fabric grille, and a footprint that works anywhere. Reading nook, bedroom shelf, kitchen bench. It's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi friendly with AirPlay 2 and Edifier Connect app control. So guys, you can use these multi-room like the other Edifier Wi-Fi speakers like the S1000W we spoke about earlier. The two silk dome tweeters in here as well give you the rich mids forward tonality for perfect vocals. Jazz podcasts and background listening that still pops. If you're looking for the best retro Bluetooth speaker 2025, the Edifier D32 is a stylish daily driver that still has real audio chops. For small desks and budgets, the Edifier M60 is a don't underestimate me compact pair. High-res audio certified, LDAC over Bluetooth 5.3, USB-C and AUX in the back, and an illuminated touch panel type that makes you wake when your hands get near. The 1-inch steel dirt tweeters plus 3-inch long throw drivers fed by efficient Class D amplification and proper DSP crossover deliver clarity you simply don't expect at this size. I run music mode for casual listening, flipped to monitor flat for editing, and use custom to bump, sub bass, a hair for electronic tracks. If you're typing best compact desktop speakers, the Edifier M60 really is great. It gives you that clean, modern look with real detail, and these punch way above the footprint. So let's stack them quickly. The Edifier comparison. For creators and editors who need accuracy, the MR5 wins. The tri-amp architecture and flatter tuning makes mixed decisions translate. For living room big sound, the S1000W is a most complete package. Wi-Fi streaming, optical for TV, and a kind of dynamic headroom that makes films feel cinematic. For desks where design matters as much as audio, the QR30 is a sweet spot. RGB that actually is tasteful, Bluetooth 5.4 multipoint, and a punchy, engaging sound tuned for near field. For retro aesthetics and multi-room flexibility, the D32 brings a vibe with AirPlay 2 and a balanced signature that's easy to listen to all day. For tight spaces or a budget build, the M60 is a compact champ. LDAC, USB-C, 3 listening modes, and a surprisingly hi-fi presentation for the money. Well guys, the question, which one is the best Edifier speaker for 2025? Well, it depends on your use case. So here's a no-nonsense verdict. Best overall for most people, the Edifier S1000W. It's the easiest recommendation if you want one pair to handle music, TV, and streaming with room-filling sound. Have it best for creators and studio work, Edifier R5. If you mix, master, or want studio-grade clarity on your desk, grab these and thank me later. Best desktop aesthetic and daily use, the Edifier QR30. Looks premium, sounds lively, and a side dial plus RGB make it fun to live with. Best style piece that sounds legit is the Edifier D32. The retro design sells it. The AirPlay 2 and tuning keep in rotation. And finally, the best compact, budget-friendly is the Edifier M60. Small footprint, but big detail. Proper DSP and LDAC when you want high res over Bluetooth. So a couple of quick points though, guys, from testing. Placement matters more than you think. Aim tweeters at ear height and give rear ports room to breathe. Use the Edifier Connect app or Temper Hub to EQ for your room rather than judging out of the box. Guys, most rooms need a touch of bass trim or a mid-lift. If you're a wireless first favor, LDAC or Wi-Fi streaming like AirPlay 2 or Spotify Connect on the S1000W to keep quality high. If you're pairing with a TV, optical into S1000W beats running Bluetooth from the TV 9 times out of 10 for stability and lip sync. So guys, which one are you going for? You're going for the big one, the S1000W, you got a studio level quality, the MR5, desk aesthetic, QR30, retro D32, or the compact M60. Drop the pic in the comments and tell me which one you plan to use. I'll pin the setup EQ tips for the 2 you choose, and I'll link my individual reviews so you can hear the sound test for yourself. If this helped you a lot, give it a like, subscribe for the full Edifier tier list, and check the description now for upcoming giveaways. Now guys, I'm gonna go play some music now, listen to it, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for joining us here at